Welcome back to Lean and Define. This is Mozzie, NASM certified personal trainer. So welcome back. So the title of this video is 2026 February check-in. And the reason for that is because this is around the time of the year, it's either February or March, where people usually fall off their fitness goals. So they make these big New Year's resolutions and they stick with them for a little while, but at some point, most people, the vast majority of people do fall off. So look at this as me coming out here, encouraging you to get back on track, and or if you've completely stopped, to get started back up again. So I'm gonna get started. So now whether you set your goal or did not set your goal, what is it that you want to achieve? What are your goals related to fitness, and are they practical? Because sometimes people like to set these big, like, go big or go home type goals. So number one, is your goal practical? Does it make sense? Is it something that could even be achieved in a year's time? uh, is it something you really want? Ask yourself these questions. Two, as far as practicality go, um, number two, as far as your goal, is it practical? Is it something um, achievable within a year's time? And be realistic. Like, can you realistically do it in a year? I think that part is really important. So ask yourself that question. And a lot of times, I think people set these go big or go home type goals for the new year, like, oh, I want to lose 50 pounds, or like, this is the year everything changes and all that kind of stuff. And and yeah, it's kind of, I mean, it's kind of cool probably making those big goals like that. And it's like, go big or go home. I'm going to lose 50 pounds this year, or like, nothing's going to happen or whatever. But be realistic with the goals. I think be practical. Set a goal that's realistic. I think that if it's a weight loss goal, 10 pounds of weight loss would be a good goal for the year. And if it's a muscle gain goal, maybe 5 pounds, maybe gaining 5 pounds of muscle, could be a realistic goal for you. And you know what? If you are an overachiever and you do get to that goal, you can always give yourself a revised goal 6 months in if you do achieve these things. But I think not setting too bar of a high for yourself that can overwhelm you or make you feel like what's the point of this, is not necessarily the route to go. Now, whether you've already set the goal and have been working on it, or you're starting from scratch, I recommend do 1 to 2 days a week. Start with 1 to 2 days a week. You can make that Monday or Monday, Wednesday, or Thursday, Saturday, but pick 2 days that you think you can consistently work into your schedule. Also, make sure you have a recovery day in between. So, like I said, Monday, Wednesday, so you could recover on Tuesday, or Thursday, Saturday, you can recover on Friday. Make sure that those days work for you. Again, like Thursday, Saturday, maybe Thursday night's a good night for you, and Saturday you're off. So that's more realistic than Monday, Wednesday for some people. So, and try to stick to those fixed days, because it's easier to build a habit if it's on a consistent day rather than 2 days a week, but you don't know when it's going to be. And you can always, if one of those days doesn't work, sometimes you can make a backup day. So you could be like Monday, Wednesday, and then Saturday. If one of those days doesn't work, Saturday's your backup day. Number four, I suggest doing weights and cardio in the same session, just for efficiency's sake. So that way, if you go in 2 days a week, you get 2 days of cardio right there and 2 days of weight training. Work, as far as the weight training goes, work every muscle group that you would like to work. So if you don't like working legs, just do all the muscles in your upper body that you'd like to work, or all of your upper body muscles that you want to train. And then as far as cardio, do whatever, I don't know, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 25 minutes. Um, do both of them. And I generally feel for myself, especially if you want that more lean tone, lean defined type look, doing both is much better for burning calories to get lean. I also feel like you feel more athletic. I personally think there's a more athletic feeling when you do weights and cardio together. And finally, um, do your cardio after you do your weight training. That's the general consensus. And I know from personal experience that when I've done cardio, thinking, oh, I'm gonna go do cardio and I'll be pumped up when I go and like do my weight training, it actually did not feel that way at all. I actually just felt drained when I was and like fatigued when I actually wanted to lift weights. So though it sounds great to get like pumped up and then go and do your weight training, I think it works a lot better if you do your weight training before you do your cardio. Um, so just make that part of the way you do it, and yeah, shoot for the efficiency of going in those 1 or 2 days a week and doing both. And I also suggest, I guess I'll make this number 7. I suggest writing your goals down or jotting them down somewhere, somewhere where you can like where you can see them again, maybe on a piece of paper, and put it on your wall or something, so you don't just forget about these goals, so you can remember them. And then alongside this, I would say weigh yourself in 1 day a week in the morning, ideally, and also measure your waist, which you can measure in two different ways. You can either take the measuring tape and go around your belly button, or you can go to the smallest part of your waist, which would normally be above your hips, above the belly button, or you can do both of those things. But as a way to also track the trajectory of your weight loss, are you getting better? Are you getting worse? Um, and if you're really concerned about how much muscle you're losing, you can also get other measurements of other parts like your arms, your thighs, your hips, and different areas if you're trying to like make sure you're getting the muscle definition or the added muscle that you've been trying to get. With that said, this is Mozzie here, Lean and Defined. Take care and stay active.